G'day everyone, it's Aaron here. This is a walk around of a Sundancer 260 as it's known internationally, or 275 as they're delivered here in Australia. So this is I guess an entry level offering from SeaRay in terms of its size, that's for sure. But it is a very popular model simply because of its size right here in Australia and all over the world. It's very popular because it's small enough that you can have one motor in one leg, but large enough to pretty much fit the whole family. Some stats lifted straight out of the SeaRay manual gives you an overall length of 26 feet or just under 9 metres. The swim platform adds a little bit. The beam at 2.6 metres makes it suitable in terms of width for towing. You just have to have a tow vehicle capable of towing such a thing. And a draft of 90 centimetres thereabouts is usually about as deep as you kind of want to go. That gets you in and out of most shallow bays without too much dramas. And the dry weight of just under 3 tonne, remembering that when you add passengers, equipment, fuel, water and food, that goes right up. Right as we kind of walk around the rear or the stern of the boat, you can see right there is some stern vents. Now they're there to ventilate the bilge or engine room, however you like to call it. And as we kind of circle around, you can see the swim platform here. It's beautiful. It gives you a nice little comfortable spot to kind of dangle your legs over and have a great time in the summer. This one, as you see, has been optioned with a camper cover, which is very common in Australia as we generally like to keep ourselves free of the sun. Right there that I pointed to is its inbuilt boot, and we're just going to jump on board and check that out for you. So right here you see you've got plenty of space available for things like your ropes, your mooring lines. I've got a gas bottle in here. That's my hose for giving myself a shower after a swim or a snorkel. And you get access to some of your boat's facilities right here through the boot, I guess you might say. So we have access for a shore power. We have access for constant water to the boat where it's a little bit difficult to see there. And we have a tap there, which is your what you would use to kind of use the boat's water to spray down the back of the boat. I use it to give myself a bit of a shower. There's a light built into the boot, which is great because as the sun's setting, you pop that boot open and everything is kind of well lit. It's a great little spot. It has everything you need. Let's just jump off the back now. Right, now we're back off the boat. Let's kind of walk around starboard side. That's another vent there into your bilge or little engine compartment. And as we walk along, we've got a few other kind of vital stats I'll bring up for you because right here you see access to your fuel and your fresh water. So it has a capacity, again, according to SeaRay, of just under 320 litres of fuel. She'll hold 106 litres in the freshwater tank, and if it has the optional holding tank, that's 106 litres. That would be your black water. Then that sits there ready for pump out offshore or drawn out through your marina. As we circle around, you see this kind of beautiful swept windscreen, which I just love. Beautiful long bow, gives it a nice sporting look. We'll jump on the bow and kind of check out what's going on up there as well. But as we come back, you can see you've got your 2 windows here. There are 2 windows on each side of the boat. One is the window and, of course, ventilation for the head. The other is the window for the accommodation. Right, here we are on the bow of the 275. My body takes up a good portion of it, but we've got the window and access hatch for climbing in and out of the front. These bow rails span the entire thing, which is great just for holding on, leaning against, as well as controlling the boat. And then as we come up front, you'll see we have all of the goodness end here. So we have that light comes standard. It's a halogen spotlight with spot and flood. It's remote control, so I control that from the helm. I'll show you how that all kind of happens. We have our windlass just there, which controls your anchor, and that is controlled here at the front of the boat just with these foot buttons, as well as in a remote control at the helm. So let's have a look at these foot buttons right here. These ones may have looked like they've spent many years in the Australian sun, and they certainly have. So there's our controls. They're called foot controls, just there controlling forward and back. Port side front cleat, center cleat for anchors. Right, here we have our access for what we call our anchor locker. So this is opened up and is a free draining out, so water can get in there, no problem at all. But this is essentially where the anchor lines are kept, as well as the electronics. If I can give you all a bit of a look in there. I mean, there's not a lot to look at, to be honest, but the electronics for the front of the boat are held in here, as well as all your anchor rope. And you could put other things in there. I've seen people store fenders and the likes in there as well, although I just leave it for the anchor rope really, because when the anchor rope is being loosed and it's underway, you just want to kind of leave that be. There she is. You notice there's a safety line on the windlass there, so just in case you lose clutch control, that'll stop it from draining down. We have light on this particular model. They installed a light right there in the bow, which is awesome. And there's our other front cleat as mentioned before. There is a horn on this model as well. If I can just move the phone around, you'll be able to see the horn right about there. Right now we're looking back from the bow of the boat up through, and you can see inside the cabin there, sorry, not the cabin, the aft deck. This window right here is how we access the front of the boat through the deck, so that kind of folds out and fastens down just there. So we'll do that when we're underway. I'm not sure that you'll see that. The boat does come with a wiper just there, a fantastic little cruiser. Let's jump off. Alrighty, let's just kind of walk back around now. I've taken the liberty of removing the camper covers or pulled them off just for you to have a bit of a look of what it looks like without the camper covers. There's a full and separate walkthrough of the interior, so make sure you check that out. But I'll just continue to kind of walk us about so you get a bit of a look. These are available with any choice of Mercruiser V8 inside and different choices of leg or outboard. I have the Bravo 3 and I recommend the Bravo 3. It's a great outboard. It gets it on plane without any problems at all. These things are quite big boats and heavy for a single motor, but the Bravo 3 really makes short work of it all as it chops you through the water. I hope you've enjoyed a bit of a walk around, had a bit of a look just what they look like from the outside, some of the features and how the outside works. Where everything should be located and how everything should look in a working proper Sundancer 275. Hope you liked the video. Stay tuned for more.